Welcome to Focus on Fluid Form. So there's a lot of dichotomy in the practice of yoga, in this practice that seeks to invite us into a more embodied, mindful life. And so we have our root down to rise up. We have our strength but ease. This week we focused on finding fluidity within the framework of form. So we want to have fluidity in all systems of the body, right? In our respiration, healthy respiration can flow and ebb. Healthy circulation can flow freely. And same thing with your digestive system and your energy body. We also want to apply that into our musculoskeletal system. To have more fluid movements helps us to live more healthfully aligned lives. But we're also not jellyfish. That's why we have the two parts of that whole in this framework, because we do have bones, we do have structure, and that can help us find more fluidity by creating the structure and then the fluidity within that structure. So we practiced and we explored this idea in our yoga practice this week. And so I'm going to give you a little taste of what we did this week, one of the movements that we did. So we want to find the framework so we can find form. You know, in my own personal practice, I work with the yoga practice that I've been taught the framework, the kind of ABCs of yoga, if you will, in the postures, in the physical postures, so that I can find deeper little tweakings. If I have a muscle I can feel is tense, I know the language of yoga so that I can move starting within the framework of the shapes that I've been taught that my body knows, and then tweaking little bits here and there so I can find that other spot. So it's just a really great tool to have to be able to work with the framework and then find the little tweaks. Now, I'm going to say, if you're newer to yoga, it's really important that you get that foundation first, to get the ABCs of yoga, right? We're not going to write an essay if we don't know how to write our ABCs. So it's kind of the same with any craft, any art, any practice. So I want to really reiterate, if you're new to yoga, make sure you stick firmly to the forms and build up from the foundation up. In your yoga practice, so that you can move mindfully and healthfully, especially if you have any issues in your body. If you have any limitations, you definitely want to follow the guidance of your doctor, any PTs or people or yoga therapeutic people. I'm not a yoga therapist. I'm a yoga practitioner and an instructor. So big difference. Having said that, if you have a yoga practice and you want to explore, we're going to do this easefully so that you can explore form and freedom. All right, so let's come into seated mountain. We always start in a form in every class. Shoulders over hips, legs straight out of hip sockets, knees over ankles. Make sure there's no wheels on your chair. I see sometimes people in office chairs, not the safest. So make sure you have a nice firm foundation in your chair as well. From here, we're going to inhale the shoulders to the sky. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. And just take a moment, bring your hands to your heart and center. So either close your eyes or take a soft gaze towards the floor. Slightly tuck the chin and just take a big breath. Release it out. Finding your nice aligned spine. Centered focus. And now we can move mindfully. So butterfly your legs. We're going to come into our hips. So this is one exercise we did in class this week, but I want us to it's always progressive, right? We want to warm up whatever muscles, any joints before we kind of dive in, right? This is mindfulness. So pressing into the left foot, hold under the right thigh and give little circles, one direction and then the other. And you're going to ask your body, you're not going to tell your body, you're going to ask your body, is it okay if I bring my right ankle across my left knee and flex my foot? That might be really big here, right? You might find this happening, and I always say it's like Cinderella-ing your leg into the position. We don't want to do that. So if your body is protesting in any way, honor your body, and then take your pinky toe side of the the right foot, I'm mirroring you, on the floor next to your left. And either way, whether you're here or you're here, you're going to press into that left foot and lift the crown to the sky. And then you're going to soften into the back body. So almost like you're leaning into a wall behind you. Now that we're aligned, hands to heart, we're going to inhale, get tall. Exhale, soften into the back body again. We don't want to grip into anything. We want to move balanced in a balanced way. And now we're going to inhale, swing or sweep the hands forward and up. And exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale, swing them forward and up, inhaling, exhaling, hands to heart. One more time, inhale, sweep them forward and up, and then exhale, hands to heart. Just take a breath here. Exhale, release. So we have the form of the foundation supporting you and holding you in space so you could really find isolated freedom in the upper body. So let's do the other side. If you're here, you want to rock the baby out of this, nice and easy on your hip. So hand to the left hand of the sole of the right foot, right hand above right knee, and just gently rock that baby. And then rock that baby. And then lower the foot down, butterfly in between sides. No, it's going to be different on this side. Anchor through the right, and then hold the left thigh, stirring that hip socket. Sometimes I see people stirring the knee. We want to stir the hip. The knee really is better going this way. The hip is ball socket and circles. So go both directions. And then again, ask your body, is it okay? It's a collaboration. Left ankle across right knee and flex the foot. If we can clear the knee. This can be big. If you're feeling sensation, breathe with it, let it settle. If you're feeling pain, honor your body and take the modification. Pinky toe side of that left foot on the floor next to the right. And either way, if you're here or you're here, press into that right foot, lift and lengthen, exhale, soften into the back body. Hands to the heart, take a preparatory breath, softening, balancing front and back body. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, and exhale, hands to heart. Feel that form supporting you so you can get freedom in the upper body, fluidity. Inhale, slide the hands forward, swing them up. Exhale, hands to heart, pressing into that bottom foot. Inhale, sweep it forward and up. And then exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath here. Soften, exhale through your mouth. And we'll release. Rock the baby if you're here. Left hand's on the left hand above left knee, right hand on the sole of the left foot. Rock the baby. Lower the foot down, and we'll all take a nice big butterfly, the legs, the arms, crossing that midline. And then release. So we had, again, that form of the foundation, whether your foundation was here or here. This is the structure that you're pressing down into, rise out of, and to find the fluidity of the spine. So we're going to explore this standing. So the structure of many of my classes are really focusing or tutorialing the upper body in the seated posture so that when we're standing, we have a little deeper intelligence, awareness when we add the lower half. So stay tuned, and I'll be back with you in a moment to do the same posture in a standing version. So now the standing version is going to add warrior one feet. So we're going to face our chair, starting in our mountain pose, right? We always build a pose from the foundation up, coming back out of and back into standing mountain, right? So feet or hips width distance, find your mountain, and use the support of the chair if you need it. That's why it's there. We're going to slide back with the right foot into warrior one. So heel spins in, hips and shoulders forward. We're going to bend and straighten the knee. Make sure you're not on a balance beam, right? You want a nice wide supportive foundation. Bending and straightening, and then find the foundation. Knee over ankle, pressing into both front and back foot equally, drawing into the back body as much as front. From here, we'll bring the hands to the heart, do one hand and hold on with the other if you need the support of the chair. You're going to keep the same from the waist down, finding that form to support the fluidity in the upper body. So inhale, sweep that arm or the arms forward and up as you inhale. And exhale, hand comes back to heart or hands. Again, same from the waist down, find that form. Here's the freedom or the fluidity. Inhale, sweep the hands forward and up. Exhale, hands to heart. If you'd like to add the leg, I'll show you how we can add the leg. Inhale, sweep forward. As you reach up, straighten the leg, lifting maybe a little higher in the torso, and exhale, reestablish the lunge. Bend the knee if you straighten it, hands back to heart. That was too much, keep the knee bent. Last time, inhale, sweep forward and up. Straighten the leg if you like to without locking the knee, lifting through the heart. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knee. Just take a breath here. Soften if you're clenching anywhere. Neck, jaw, tailbone. Lower the hands, and let's release. Lift the back heel, lift the front toes. Even rolling over the back toes if that feels good, if you don't have crampy toes and you want to stretch the top of the foot or crack your toes. Step the back foot up to meet the front. Find your mountain again, realign it. Come back to center, and then we'll do the other side. So you stay where you are. I'm going to move my chair. And then slide back with the left foot. Find warrior one on this side. Find your hips with your feet hips width distance apart, your hips facing forward, shoulders forward. And let's just find a little bit of movement before we lay this foundation. And then knee over ankle, equal weight distribution between front and back foot. We've got this nice aligned form here. The knee's not past the ankle, so we're engaging muscle, not putting pressure on bone or joints, rather. Equal weight distribution between front and back foot and back and front body. Holding the chair if you need to with one hand, bringing the hand in front of the heart, palm face up. And then we're going to inhale, slide that hand forward and reach it up. Exhale, hand back to heart. Maybe both hands if that's available, but chair's here if you need it. Hand or hands slide forward and up, pressing into the feet to support you as you find the freedom in the upper body. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, slide forward. This time, if you'd like to straighten the leg, lifting through the heart, relaxing the shoulders, go for it. Exhale, hands to heart. Reestablish that lunge. One more time. What of these choices are you going to construct in your practice? Pause, take a breath, soften if you're clenching anywhere, but feel the strength of your foundation, the support of your breath, and then lower your hands and release. Lift the back heel, lift the front toes, maybe turning over the back toes if that feels good. Step the back foot up to meet the front, hips width distance apart. Reestablish your mountain. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And there you have it. One example of how a regular yoga practice, having the language of yoga postures or asana in your body, can help you find freedom of movements. Having that foundation, that support to give your upper body or other parts, these other parts that we can isolate and really free up, embody, strengthen. So I hope you found this practice helpful. If you have a regular yoga practice and you want to explore a little bit, maybe finding this week we also did, some dynamic flow between peaceful warrior and side angle. That's a good one. So play with it. If you have a regular yoga practice in your body, safely, mindfully practice going from one position to another and see if you can find other ways of moving your body that feel healthful and nourishing. Again, if you're newer to yoga, I highly recommend you stay with the ABCs before you get to writing a composition. But yeah, allow this to be an exploration, safe exploration. And if you did find it helpful, I'd love to hear comments on ways that you've found to move or postures that you've flown between, found fluidity between, because we all learn from each other, we lift each other up, and we all evolve together. So as always, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.